What's up everyone? Welcome to Zooty Pickups. Today I have a video about a shoe that I have been personally very excited about for the last couple of months. That is the Clearweather Dodds skate shoe. So Clearweather has been doing skate shoes for the last couple of seasons, I think, and their whole thing is they have these suede panels strategically placed on their shoes, like where you flick, and their motto or catch line is suede where you need it. So this kind of results in a very interesting aesthetic of the shoe while being very functional. This little almond shape of leather, I think it really adds a cool look to the shoe, and I think that's what really drew me in the first place. I later found out that they were locally based right here in Southern California. I think their flagship store is in Santa Ana, which is like really close to where I live. So yeah, I was trying to get a pair of their shoes for a while, and I saw on their Instagram that they announced these slip-on shoes. I just knew these were the first Clearweather skate shoes I had to get. That was a couple of months back. I got to go to talk to the Clearweather guys at the Clearweather booth at Long Beach Agenda. They were saying these shoes were stuck in customs at LA Harbor. They didn't know when it would get through, but finally, about a month later, I have them in my hands. I'm super stoked. As soon as I got these guys, I put them on my foot, went right outside to give them a whirl on my skateboard. So I skated these for about an hour or so. So, you know, take this with a grain of salt. This is not going to be a comprehensive review or anything like that. It's more or less kind of like a first look slash kind of like first impressions video. So, yeah, let's get into the shoe itself. Honestly, I mean, there's really not a whole lot going on in this shoe. It's a classic slip-on silhouette. You have, obviously, this giant almond-shaped suede patch on the flick zone that really helps you reduce wear, because this is a canvas shoe. There is pretty much canvas all around the rest of the upper. You have a little Clearweather branding tag right there, and you have a vulcanized outsole, vertical and horizontal gum rubber tread on the bottom. It also comes with a removable Ortholite insole, which provides like a little bit of cushioning. So how does it skate? From my short experience with it, it actually skates really great. So the suede patch, I was a little skeptical about it at first. I wasn't sure how it would perform, but it was actually in the perfect spot. The heel flip spot right here was covered, kick flip spot right here was covered, ollie zone right here. That's more or less the foxing tape right there, but all the tricks that I was doing today anyway, the leather patch totally covered, and I didn't even touch the canvas anywhere pretty much. I know some people do their heel flips kind of like more here with the side of their foot. If you're one of those people, you're definitely going to get some wear here, but I mean, for the majority of skaters, I think this little piece of leather is actually exactly in the right spot, and it will help you not blow through your shoe really quick. In terms of board feel, I thought it was perfect. The Ortholite insole is not very thick, but it's not thin either where you feel everything. It's just the right amount of padding. You can feel your board under your foot. The thickness of the upper is perfect, where you can feel your board flick perfectly. All in all, very comfortable shoe. The elastic kind of like wraps around the top of your foot, providing a lot of comfort. It does require a little bit of break-in time, I thought. It was a little stiff right out of the box. It took me a couple of just like rolling around ollies to kind of get the feel for it, break it in a little bit. But after that, you know, within like 10-15 minutes, I'd say it was good to go. The shoe itself is a little bit narrower than what I'm used to, so my foot was getting a little uncomfortable towards the end of the hour. But then again, this shoe, you know, hasn't really like bagged out or anything yet, so maybe if I wear this and skate it a couple more times, that will kind of alleviate itself. But all in all, you know, I would say it's a great skate shoe, feels great on foot. does tricks well, and the suede is actually in the correct spot. So I don't think I can talk about this shoe without talking about the Vans slip-ons, which this shoe is pretty much like a direct clone of. So I'm not going to say like, you know, like which shoe is better here. I'm just going to do kind of like a comparison, because I think most of the guys watching this video probably have a pair of Vans slip-ons. So this will kind of give you a little bit of a yardstick to compare this shoe to. There's a couple of major differences in between the Vans. These are pros, by the way. I got the pros because, you know, this is like the skate version of the slip-on, because this is like a skate shoe. So there are a couple of major differences in between the two shoes. The biggest difference, I would say, being that this shoe obviously has this leather panel. The Vans, well, some Vans Pros, the entire upper is leather. This is just canvas, so obviously it doesn't have any leather paneling. The second biggest difference, and arguably the difference that makes the biggest impact, is the height of the shoe. It's very difficult to kind of like see on camera. Maybe if I angle it properly here. So I don't know if you can really see that on camera, but as you can see here, the Clearweathers have a higher tongue. There's a little more headroom in there for your foot. And what this does is when you're putting your foot in there, the Vans, because it's so low here, I just noticed that every time I wear this shoe, it feels like my feet are getting like suffocated in there. There's a lot of pressure on the top of my foot. Sometimes it's like uncomfortable, the amount of pressure that's like pressing down on the top of my foot. On top of that, the Vans, the pros anyway, have this really thick ass ultra cush insole, which is great in terms of like, you know, comfort for your foot, but that also like sets your feet a little higher in the shoe, so your feet are sitting higher. The ceiling clearance is really low, so you know there's really not that much room inside the shoe for your foot. Versus the Clearweathers, you know, there's a lot more ceiling room here. There's a lot more clearance. The tongue is higher. There's a lot more room, and on top of that, the sole is really thin. Like the Ortholite insole, it's pretty thin compared to the ultra cushion sole. So you have a lot more room for your foot in there, which for me was like godsend, because like when I put these on, they're really comfortable, and my feet did not feel like they were suffocating. So yeah, you know, major props to Clearweather for actually designing a anatomically correct kind of like foot shape for the shoe. I think the founders' backgrounds in footwear design definitely shows in aspects like this. Another big difference is kind of like the upper material right here. As you can see on the Vans Pros, this is just like one layer. There's no backing or anything like that here. So when your foot goes in, it's just, you know, on the other side of this canvas. There's nothing else in between the canvas and your foot, which, you know, some people really like that naked board feel where you pretty much like feel everything. But, you know, that also lends to durability issues, because you only have like one layer in between you and the board. This shoe, however, they have this canvas layer, but it's going to be kind of hard to see, but it's kind of backed with this padded mesh material on the inside, which it kind of like adds a very subtle amount of padding overall. The material is everywhere, not only on the inside of the upper, but like along the heels as well. It kind of lets the shoe kind of hug to your foot a little bit more. And the one downside is that it does add a tiny bit of extra thickness, like right here with the added suede patch and the added mesh padding. You're getting a little bit of a thick flick zone right here, but I mean, to be honest, I didn't really notice it. I know some people are really picky about how thick this like flick zone is, but I mean, still, this is incredibly thin compared to most skate shoes out there still, and I had no problems whatsoever doing tricks with this as far as my testing goes. The last major difference between the slip-on Pros and the Clearweather Dodds is the insole. The slip-on Pros, like I said earlier, have the ultra cush insole, which are super thick, very cushy. Clearweather Dodds have the Ortholite insole. Very thin, kind of flimsy, but you know, these I think do the job pretty well. They're definitely not uncomfortable. They're definitely way more comfortable than regular Vans. You know, like a regular Van slip-on. Those things are just like nothing. Like, you know, like you're walking on cork. So this actually gives you a decent amount of cushioning. Will you be comfy jumping down like, you know, like sets that are larger than 5? Probably not. You're probably going to get a little bit of discomfort. I personally don't skate anything like that. I only pretty much skate flat ground like 95% of the time. So this is perfect for that use case. If you're thinking about doing something bigger, you're probably not skating in a slip-on anyway. So yeah. But yeah, overall, you know, I think this is a great skate shoe. It's comfortable. It has durability where you need it. And I think it looks really unique and cool. You're not really going to see anyone else wearing a shoe like this. I like how, you know, it's a slip-on, but it's different. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. So I think this is like a $60 shoe or a $65 shoe. I'm not exactly sure. The Clearweather website has like a 10% off like sign-up bonus. So you can get it like, you know, $6, $7 off. So, I mean, all in all, I think pretty good value too. So yeah, that's it. That's kind of like my quick overview of the Clearweather Skateboarding Dodds. Great skate shoe. I'm not really going to do like an on foot on this. It's just like a skate shoe. So yeah. Well, once again, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.